Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Mobile Theatre. My name's Matt. I'm going to be hosting the sessions for you today. I work for Sitecore. We're sponsoring this theatre. We also have a rather unassuming stand just behind us, so if you want to come over and say hello, please do. Grab yourself a free yo-yo. Next up for you this morning, we have Camilla Buttery from YPlan. Camilla's going to be talking to us about YPlan and how to build a mobile business and where they are and the journey for them so far. So please welcome Camilla to the stage.
Hi everyone, I'm Camilla, Business Development Director at YPlan. It's a pleasure to be here, and I am just going to tell you a little bit about YPlan, our journey so far, and hopefully share with you some of the insights of the challenges and successes that that we've had so far. Can everyone hear me all right? Because this is a bit weird for me. I haven't done this before. Okay. So, YPlan. We are a mobile-only entertainment platform. We help our customers to discover really cool events happening in their city and to actually book and pay for those tickets in the app and go to the events that very night without having to call anyone, without having to print out any tickets. The whole proposition really is built around simplicity, so we're just trying to make the process as simple and as straightforward for our customers as possible. And what we're really trying to do is own the answer to the question of what am I going to do tonight. And at YPlan, we really think that the paradox of choice is very real. So what we're trying to do is to curate a great experience for our customers so that you don't have to go out and sift through reams of data to find out what's happening in your city. It's all about real-time availability, providing with you with a curated short list of events and enabling you to book in 2 taps and go. This is not my updated presentation, actually. But the story so far, it's our first birthday this week. And so yesterday we actually announced that we've hit 500,000 downloads so far. So we launched in November last year. And so we've experienced pretty rapid growth over the last 12 months. We estimate that we're on over 15% of all London's iPhones. But the 500,000 downloads also includes Android. We launched on Android last month, and that's ramping up very quickly as well. To date, we have run over 7,000 events with over 700 event partners. And we work with a whole range of event partners in London, and we're also live in New York. So anything from the major venues, South Bank, the Roundhouse, O2, to kind of smaller, more niche event partners. I don't know if any of you have heard of chess boxing, or you can also go for dinner at the top of the clock tower at St Pancras. We have over 1,000 reviews in the App Store, and we're very proud that we have over 90% of those as 5-star reviews, which is really testament to the amount of work that has gone into the product. We believe that the UX and UI are the new IP, and it's all about kind of selling that proposition into our customers. So the problem that we're trying to solve is really quite straightforward. Until now, no true last-minute marketplace existed for events happening tonight. So we're increasingly living in a last-minute economy. As Julian mentioned, people are increasingly using their phone as this indispensable tool to do things on the go. And at the same time, for our event partners, they have no platform to bring an audience into their venues at the last minute. So ticketing platforms typically stop selling tickets 24 hours, 48 hours in advance, and that's really when YPlan kicks in. So what's exciting for our event partners is that we're actually helping them to grow their businesses. The entertainment industry is massive, but the blended utilization rates are ridiculously low, really. The blended utilization rate is about 50% across these 3 categories. And what our venue partners and event partners like about YPlan is that we're also bringing them a very new audience. Over 90% of the people that we send along to these events either hadn't heard of the event before or certainly hadn't planned to go that evening. So a little bit about the solution that we've built. YPlan was conceived and designed as a mobile-only solution, so we actually don't have a website. Well, we have a presence there, but it's just really a landing page. Everything happens in the app. And again, as Julia mentioned, the reason for being on mobile is that it is not tethered to your desk. It is always on you. It speaks to the environment around you. People are increasingly processing physical transactions in their mobile phones, and it's obviously also a really natural way of sharing things with people. So mobile technologies are very much an enabler of our business. One of our advisors, actually Brent Hoberman, of lastminute.com, recognized that YPlan is really what they wanted to do, but in the late 90s there were no smartphones, and people certainly weren't processing payments on their phones as well. So it's really now that we can execute on this vision. Just a little bit about some of the key principles that we thought about as we were building YPlan. There's a very clear function and benefit for the users. We're closing the loop, so it's not just about discovery, it's about actually booking in the app and paperless tickets. Convenience, I've already touched on that. Simplicity, I'll take you through some screenshots in a second, and you'll see how much work has gone into making it as simple as possible. It's really deceptively simple. And personalization, this is really, really critical for us. So even though we are showing you up to 15 events on any given day, the events that you see versus the events that your friends see, they may be shown in a different order to each other, depending on what we know about you, or you may even be seeing a completely different list of events. We have a team of data scientists looking at your past behaviors, looking at preferences that you're telling us, and trying to make it as relevant as possible for you. So just to take you through the app itself, when you open it up, you'll see a curated short list of events, which is also personalized by algorithms. As you can see, it's a very visually engaging app. These are actually not just images, but the length to width ratio follows the golden ratio, so it's designed to be as aesthetically pleasing as possible for our customers. And then you can click on each event and you'll see some more images, and you'll also see a little blurb which has been written by our in-house editors. Full social integration with Facebook, Twitter, and email. So, this is a great driver for us of organic growth. And you can book in 2 taps. So you can book, and then the app actually has an in-app ticket, and we're fully integrated with Passbook as well. We've worked with over 500 event partners in London. As I mentioned, a whole range of different people, really, and most notably in September we supported the iTunes Festival. So they had the Roundhouse for 30 days in September, and they held free music events each night, and we were an important part of making sure that the event was filled out every night. We've also launched in New York in September. We actually had Pharrell Williams at our launch party, and there's been a lot of buzz off the back of that, and we've worked with some of the main venues over there. And the team. I mean, the hiring is a challenge for any great company, and it's no different with YPlan. We've been very lucky to hire a stellar team of people from, Ticketmaster, Top Table, Facebook. It's been really important to try and get people with as relevant experience as possible, and also a group of people who are willing to put the hours in and take the risk involved in joining a startup. We raised a Series A funding round in June, 12 million, and the purpose for that was international expansion. So we launched in New York in September, and you'll see us launch in a lot more major cities next year. So just touch on some of the challenges along the way. YPlan is a two-sided marketplace, so making sure that you have liquidity both on the event partners side and on the customer side has been very important. Having a priority access and seeding the marketplace with some key partners early on was really important for us. And we're constantly trying to think about what's important to our event partners so that we can be key in the growth of their businesses. Hiring I've touched on, and fundraising as well. Relevant to you guys, I mean, it's still, relatively speaking, early days in terms of mobile marketing. And so trying to find the people that have the relevant experience has been, quite challenging. We brought everything in-house. It just allows us to be a bit more nimble, a bit more flexible. And we're fortunate that because it's such a inherently social business, we do get a lot of organic growth. But Facebook and Twitter have been key partners for us. We're actually fortunate enough to partner with Facebook so that we have early access to some of their tools. And most recently, we've been using their retargeting tools and having a lot of success with that as well. Mindshare, people tend to have only a handful of apps that they use on a regular basis, so making sure that you own the mindshare of the question or the problem that you're trying to answer is really challenging and really, really important. So it's not just about driving downloads and driving user acquisition, it's also about brand building. We're trying to build a consumer brand, and so PR and using brand ambassadors, and we've used a lot of tube advertising as well, and you might be seeing taxis around London with the YPlan livery on them at the moment. So trying to create a brand so that when people do see your ads on Facebook or on Twitter, they're familiar with it, they have an affinity to it, and they download the app or they come back to the app. So I just really want to open up the floor to questions. I thought I would leave you with a few quotes from Stephen Fry. Has been a great ambassador for us. He tweeted about us very early on, and that was extremely helpful for us, and Forbes and Pharrell, of course. So YPlan app is available on the App Store and Google Play. We actually do have a credit code for you guys here today, which is YPlan DMS. So if you download the app and you enter that into My Rewards, you'll get £7 credit. And feel free to share your credit codes with everyone else as well. So if there are any questions, I would be more than happy to take some.
Thanks, Camilla. Do we have any questions? Yeah, one at the back there.
Hiya. You talked about hiring, and so I just wanted to know how many iOS developers you have in-house, and also how many people you have working on the curation side, so people that...
So at the moment we just have one iOS developer, and we have one Android developer. We'll probably be looking to bring on some more. In terms of the curation, we have a growing team of data scientists who are looking at all of the correlations between past behavior and people similar to you so that we can recommend the right events. But we also have, a full sales team. I mean, we're an app, but we're really a fully fledged business with operations team, technology team, sales team, marketing team. So our sales team are all ex-timeout people. They're fully networked in London and New York, and they're out there sourcing events directly from event promoters, producers, and ultimately it's them who decide if the quality of the event is there to be in the app, but it's the data scientists that feed in the algorithms to figure out exactly what you would see. Yeah.
Thank you. Any other questions? No? I actually downloaded YPlan while we were watching the presentation, and I was amazed to find out that there's actually a hot tub cinema party happening tonight in Shoreditch. So if anyone else fancies downloading it, I'll see you there later on. But thanks very much to Camilla. I'm sure she'll hang around for a few minutes.
Actually, there's just one more thing that,
sure.
That I had meant to mention as I was going through the presentation. We've actually started to do a little bit more work directly with brands and with the agencies that work with brands, because increasingly they want to engage with people in their native environment, so the same form and function of the user experience of the YPlan app. So, for example, if you go into the app today, you can enter a competition to go to Paris this weekend at the very last minute with Courvoisier. But the way that it works is they are actually putting on an event tomorrow at King's Cross Station, so you can go there and you can have free cocktails and canapes. So what I'm trying to say is that they see this as a great opportunity to engage with our users in central London in a really kind of natural way. It's not kind of force-feeding advertising in the app. It's an event, and they see that as an important part of becoming a lifestyle brand.
Fantastic. Well, if there's no more questions, let's just give Camilla another round of applause and say thank you very much.
Thank you very much.